What's going on, everybody? My name is Superintendent, and welcome to a brand new discussion video. Today, I'm going to be discussing a rather serious issue that is currently going on right now. Now, the issue that we're facing is the issue that has overall been affecting YouTube, and that situation that we're facing is COPPA. COPPA, as well as a big situation that we like to call the Made for Kids situation. And this is essentially a disease that's currently going around on YouTube, and basically is marking many content creators' videos as made for kids, even though some of them are visibly not made for kids. Now, this was something. Now, if you don't know, this is a situation that I've been researching a lot because several content creators that I really enjoy watching have been heavily affected by this. And I'm actually going to be showing I've been heavily affected by this issue. And the thing is, I'm actually going to be using reading off of a document that not only semi goes in depth into it, but I actually just want to make this video to discuss my overall thoughts about the situation and why I think this situation is very bad. So basically, the person I'm going to be using as an example is Banana Productions. I am pretty sure, if you don't know who Banana Productions is, he's a really talented 3D animator who makes a lot of Sonic animation. I recommend checking out his stuff. He's a really cool dude. Anyway, against YouTube, so basically, if you don't know, Banana Productions has been heavily affected by this, not only just heavily being affected by this mentally, because not only did he try to fight against this issue multiple times, but YouTube clearly doesn't seem to care, and they don't have to care, because they will continue to keep doing this. They will continue to doom other creators. Alright, so I'm gonna be reading this. I'm gonna be reading the first part of this document here. In 2019, YouTube issued a statement about appropriately marking your videos as made for kids or not. This was due to YouTube being caught selling data to children-focused videos to advertisements, which is against the law. So, yeah. So YouTube was fined by the FTC for violating that law, and basically YouTube kind of for violating it, and they basically violated COPPA, which, if you don't know what that stands for, it stands for the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. Yeah, but so YouTube's response to this is to allow creators to mark their videos as made for kids or not. The problem that we're all having now is that YouTube basically didn't do it correctly, and got handcuffed in the cookie jar. So instead of them being punished, we're being punished. So basically, you've probably seen on Twitter, or to the people who spoke about this situation, this could possibly mean the death of animation on YouTube, as a whole, which is really sad. is really sad to think about, honestly. And if you don't know, this is actively this is and if you don't know, this situation has heavily been affecting many content creators, not just in the Sonic community, but in several other different people who make, and several people across several other fan base communities as well. Well, as well as some people in the My Little Pony community have been affected by this. And mind you, some animations from the community are not made for kids. Videos like Smile HD and several others. If you've seen those videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't know, virtually there's everything else is exactly the same content. But apparently because YouTube thinks that is animated, it automatically means it's made for kids. So essentially, unfortunately, we are sadly still facing to this day the unfortunate stereotype that all animation, the animation is just made for kids, even though we all know for a fact that it's not. I mean, have you seen in the recent movies of today? Hey, for example, I'm going to be using Spider-Man Across the Spider, for example. That movie is the prime definition that animation is not just for kids. It is for everyone. So, yeah, we are basically at the mercy of YouTube and the FTC thinking that the animation as a whole is made for kids. Which stinks. But anyway, semi-rant over. In May of 2022, Belena got an email that we adjusted your audience setting to made for kids based on our policies. Which confused him because if you don't know, his videos are not made for kids. Are not made for kids. His animation all of his animations are made for everyone. His content is made for everyone. It's made for everyone. Not just kids, and as well as the Sonic series itself. And if you don't know, there's this massive misconception going on that the entire Sonic franchise is only made for kids, which is extremely incorrect. And mind you, this franchise is not just made for kids. It is not made for kids. It is made for everyone. Everyone. And the thing is, Belena has made a few counterpoints. There's Sonic the Hedgehog shot classes, adult clothing line, and Sonic is officially paired up with Hooters. That's all you need. That's all I need to say. Or if you still think to this day, Sonic is made for kids, the context in these videos matters more than the content. Context in the video matters more than the actual content itself, because I'm actually going to list a few examples. Belena has Sonic playing with matches, Sonic playing with actual matches, and several other things. They're not, and I quote, YouTube friendly. And if you don't know, you're wondering what happens if your video gets marked as made for kids. What happens if your video gets marked as made for kids? Well, what happens basically is that your views basically plummet and nosedive. Your comments are basically disabled, and if that video was originally monetized, you won't earn any money from it. So basically, this is essentially a video kill. This is essentially a video killer. And unfortunately, due to this situation, many content creators have basically been trying their best to fight back against this, but YouTube's current response is oh well. And you may think, oh, can you just turn this off? You can't. This is forced by YouTube, and if you try, your appeals are rejected. And clearly, there's not a human being watching some of these videos, because unfortunately, it is not YouTube themselves and flagging it. It's actually one of YouTube's bots. And if you don't know, this overall really isn't just this. Overall, is really not a good thing, because as you don't all know, a bunch of content creators uses YouTube as a source of income. And essentially, a bunch of people had. Okay, let me comment that real quick. Basically, on YouTube, a bunch of people on YouTube. Basically, for a bunch of people, YouTube is their job. We use YouTube as technically their job, and basically, YouTube is not playing nice, and they don't want to pay their creators fairly. Essentially, so yeah, this is overall really bad. Now, as I said before, it's not just people it's not just Belinda who's also facing this situation. There's other content creators within the Sonic community, like I'm gonna name a few others, like Sonic Paradox, what else? Sonic Song 182, Sasso Studios, and a few other content creators are dealing with the exact same problem. And yeah, basically, there's nothing we can really do about this problem, essentially, and it is basically been impacting the livelihood of the many creators. And the thing is, I've been studying how some videos get flagged, and virtually it does not matter what content you make. 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 You can be affected by this situation regardless of what the content is. So yeah, basically we are faced at the mercy that YouTube thinks that all animations for children and separate franchises that they're supposed to be made for children, even though that is not right. Yeah, this is really sad. It really is. So yeah, what can we do to help our content creators? Well, I highly recommend here's the things I recommend doing. Basically, as a last ditch, if there's some way you can support your creator, I highly recommend doing it. If, for example, if they have a Patreon, make sure you donate to that so you can support them financially. Make it watch their content as much as possible. And if you can, then support. And if you can support them any way you can, I recommend doing it. And and I highly recommend sharing this video and sharing this video and other videos that also spoke about the situation around, so we can make people more aware about this problem and find potential solutions to fight against it. Because I think that there's a way we can get out of this problem. But yeah. For now, that's my overall thoughts and feelings about COPPA. About COPPA and the Made for Kids situation. Yeah. it's really sad, especially as someone who's very passionate for animation and has been around on YouTube for a while, even before I made my this channel. So yeah, that's how I feel about the whole thing. It's just really sad at the end of the day, and hopefully someday we can find a potential solution to stop this problem from happening, so that way other content creators can be saved, can be saved and can get back to working on their stuff. Because at the moment, Belinda is trying to get back to working on his animations, because he actually recently launched a Patreon, which if you want to do that, there's actually a video on his channel talking more in depth into that. And I'm actually going to be leaking a link to a live stream that he made about this. That talked about this situation. That goes more in depth about this situation. And why the situation is really bad. So yeah, that's overall my thoughts about the whole thing. And I recommend I recommend spreading the word about the situation if you do have a social media of some kind, and share it on Twitter share it on whatever social media platform, because people need to let you know that this content that's being that this is a big problem, and we overall need to make it stop. So other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoy my content, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye bye.